Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Korean Connection. Tired of everyone telling you to find your passion, but no one telling you how? Welcome to the Korean Connection, and I'm your host, Korean, an attorney with a passion for empowering others to use their many talents and skills towards a path of self discovery and alignment. Join me as I share my personal stories, professional insights, and practical tips, and how you can connect the dots between what you're great at and turning your passions into purpose. Let's connect. Push it to the left, make it go no more. Make it like no, I'm coming back home. I'm dirt road, all on you. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Korean Connection. On today's episode, we have a very special guest. Her name is Tiffany Kerr. She is the author of Chic Situations and a lifestyle and etiquette coach. Welcome to the Korean Connection, Tiffany.
Thank you so much, Kareen.
It's so good to have you on the show. And being that you're on the Korean Connection, one of the first questions I always ask or talk about is how we connected. So Tiffany and I connected through a mutual friend of ours, Sonia, who happens to also be my neighbor. And my first impression of Tiffany is, she's such a lady. And come to find out that this is not just, who you are. It's also, it's a lifestyle for you. Chic Situation is also a part of your brand. And that is authentically who you are. And that's how I've always experienced you. So I wanted to have you on the show to talk about at what point did you realize that etiquette and style was a part of your purpose?
So, first of all, I want to say I'm so happy to be here, Kareen. This is a wonderful experience. And I knew that when you and I met, we were like in sync, like, yes, check her out, check me out. We were both excited to meet each other. And Sonia is a beautiful friend. And it's interesting because we were both there to support a friend.
Yes.
And that is how people connect.
Absolutely.
Mostly is through support of other people and especially other women. So with etiquette and style as a part of my purpose, I'm an educator. I love to teach. I love to share. And it's always about how we present ourselves. And one of the main things that I'm very, very proud of and I feel is my purpose is sharing with people that etiquette and being chic is from the inside out. So how we carry ourselves from the inside and then how we express our style and how we dress to be respected on the outside.
Yeah, and that's interesting because when you think about etiquette, I don't know, for me, it conjures up this sort of restrictive, formalistic, how would you define etiquette?
Etiquette is more than just rules. And I just shared this at a recent event that I had. Etiquette is more than rules, it's energy. So we can carry ourselves a certain way. We can know all the things, which is very important because we must know the rules of the table. We must know how to socialize and engage. There are ways to do that formally, but it's the energy that you bring, and that's what makes it chic. That's what makes it different. So your way of engaging and socializing and connecting with people can be a different way from someone else, but the rules remain the same. So etiquette is those basic rules that we should follow to be civil and courteous and kind to other people.
Now, how did you come about learning what the rules are? How do we go about learning what these rules are?
So I have to say, I moved here from California and I got married, started a family. You know how you just start teaching yourself different things. I'm living in this house, entertaining, meeting new people.
So this was not a part of your upbringing?
Oh, yes, it definitely was. But I didn't realize it until I had to actually tap into it on my own. So you go through your life and you have grandma, you have aunties, my parents, people in your life who are teaching you things, and you're not even realizing that, oh, yes, I'm going to have to use these things when I live on my own or become a wife or become a mother, until I was forced to.
Yeah.
I was forced to when I made the decision to move from California to New Jersey on my own with no family, no friends, to marry this man and have a family. And I started to just teach myself, how do I want to be as a wife? How do I want to be as a mother? How do I want to share that with other people? Read a lot of books. No books actually stuck. I couldn't find the right book.
Yeah.
And that is how I started to journal. And that's how Chic Situations came about. I started to write my own book. And then I went to etiquette classes. And then I went to protocol schools because I just wanted to know and then re-emphasize what my grandmother taught me. Old school grandma, sit up straight.
Yeah.
We're going to church. You have to dress a certain way. It's the first Sunday or whatever it is. You're going to school. Make sure you get good grades. Listen to the teacher. All of those things.
Yeah.
They're taught, but then when you have to really practice them, you're like, oh.
And I'm not so sure that is even being taught now. You know, that the whole idea of grandma telling you, you know, when I, even to this day, when I'm at a dinner table, even whether I'm, you know, in a formal setting or a casual setting with friends, it's like, you know, I have to sort of, you know, don't put your elbows on the table. Or, you know, when the forks come out, you still get a little nervous. Like, what fork am I supposed to, because you don't want to sort of come off as unlearned, I guess, for lack of a better word. So, you know, but there's no one there to sort of teach you to write. Like, that stuff wasn't necessarily passed down to me from
It wasn't
my
actually
parents.
like a lesson, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like, let's sit down at the table and I'm going to teach you etiquette.
Right.
It was either your culture and how you were raised and brought up. It was there for you to observe if you chose to observe it or not. Nowadays, we have the resources and the privilege to teach ourselves. We have all this access, and that's what women are starting to do.
Yeah.
And it needs to start from the bottom up, from children
Yeah.
up to adults. And that's where etiquette is not in schools.
Right.
There is no more homemaking class. There is no more lifestyle or you know, kids, the teachers have classroom management or classroom rules. That's the only etiquette that they get, and it sometimes lacks.
Yeah.
So it's what the parents teach them at home, they bring it to school, and then now we grow up as adults, and either the faux pas back in the day was you have to have money, you have to be rich, you have to have
Yes.
access, you have to be of a certain stature to have etiquette lessons or
Yes.
be in a cotillion or be in or certain organizations to have this. But now what I'm bringing and what I hope to continue to share is modern access. It's not a big fuss. It's fun. It's who you are.
Yeah.
But it's the way you do it. So that's where women are actually paying and elevating themselves and educating themselves to know, I don't want to be nervous anymore. I want to be comfortable and know which fork to use.
Right.
Know which glass is my glass to use when I'm out at events. We're going to a lot of things.
Yes.
We're going to lunches, brunches, events, galas, all of these things, and you do feel more confident when you know what you're doing.
Yeah. And for a very long time, like you said, etiquette was always associated with class and affluence. But now in this day and age, anyone, right, can tap into that resource by reading Chic Situations if you have no other point of reference to use. But it's so important for us, especially as young women, to be able to have that level of decorum
Yes.
in all spaces.
Yes, yes.
Now, do you find that this might be, you know, for young girls that are coming up now, do you find that they may consider it to be restrictive or even performative to sort of have to do the whole thing?
I feel like we have to get rid of that stigma.
Yeah.
Because it is a stigma of a presentation per se, or I want to use the word when you're putting on airs or pretentious.
Yes. Yeah.
We want to eliminate that era of pretentiousness to where it's more natural. It's effortless. And Chic came about, I use the word chic because I love Paris so much. And when you say that, it's just like that something about someone that is so different,
Yes.
so beautiful, that je ne sais quoi about that person that makes them just unique in their own way. And the situation part comes in where in that moment where you are, how can you yourself elevate that moment? How can you bring yourself in that moment? Young girls have to realize that they are enough, but we do still have to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
We do have to have self-respect for ourselves. And it's not over the top. It's not pretentious. It's not seeking attention or gratification. I'm doing all of this because I love myself and I want people to respect me. And people do look at us and give those first impressions or those first judgments upon you to say, okay, if she looks this way, if she carries herself a certain way, I know that she can do the work. I know she has the capability or the ability to do what I'm going to suggest to her or offer to her. Opportunities and doors open because of how we carry ourselves.
Yeah, and that's so underestimated. And I think probably now more than ever, we're learning that first impressions really do matter. And the way in which you carry yourself and even just the way how you're perceived even, right? It does matter in sort of like some of the opportunities that you receive. So how have this sort of, idea or lifestyle, rather, not even just an idea, this lifestyle of how you present yourself to the world, how would that change, in terms of the impressions that you've made on people?
That's a great question. I think it's about the moments we create for each other. So taking that little bit of extra, aside from how you present yourself and put yourself together, in that moment, what are you doing to share yourself with other people? Whether if it's inviting them over to your home or being a gracious guest or flowers or scents and candles or just putting little special touches to make other people think that you care about them and that you've noticed them. That's the lifestyle piece. And that's what makes it even more special when you're sharing spaces with other people.
And, I know that, for our mutual friend that has her, Savannah and Steve tea business, you're a very integral part in terms of like the decor, right? Even and the placement or even the training of her staff to tell how to pour the tea, how to, how you have to hold the steeple at the top and, and just the hand placement and just the way in which you do it. And that was like so intriguing for me to even see you do that and to even, sitting there as a patron, practicing, those skills that you were teaching. So I know that you create spaces in which you offer people opportunity to learn that etiquette. Can you tell us a little bit about those spaces that you create?
Yes. So I'm a very big believer in women's empowerment. And I feel like if women see other women trying to do the same thing, it's an encouragement. We are cheerleaders for each other. So in the past, I have done multiple events where I have hosted on my own at Kate Spade, New York, in Garden State Plaza Mall in Paramus, New Jersey, where we have had panelist speakers of other women come and share their stories and talk about chic situations. And at the same time, while you're learning about the etiquette education part of it, you're also able to treat yourself and purchase things for yourself or for your girlfriends in that element. So I've hosted things like that. Last year we had it there and it was called a Galentine's Day soiree. So that was fun.
Yeah.
And then just a couple weeks ago, I hosted a holiday etiquette lunch at Neiman Marcus where we collaborated to bring holiday entertainment and etiquette in one space where you get a full course lunch on top of an etiquette lesson. So that way you're fully prepared for the holiday season, which is right now.
Yes.
If you're going to parties, if you're going to cocktail hour, if you're going to galas, if you're going to any type of function, you know how to carry yourself. And then Neiman Marcus has a fashion presentation where we work together to curate outfits. So not only do you leave with your etiquette skills, you leave with ideas of, I know what to wear to the next event that I'm going to. I feel great. I know what's in style. I know what's on trend for my body and for my lifestyle. So those are the events I want to keep doing and bring to women and people that this is something that is attainable as long as we just keep celebrating ourselves and keep showing up. And for kids too. So
Yeah.
I do college etiquette lessons. I do group lessons for that, for
Oh, wow.
teenagers,
Oh, wow.
where I get them ready for networking and interviews and for whatever is coming for them for the college season. I do little kids etiquette. So it's something that builds
Yeah.
life skills that you never forget. But the key is continuous practice.
Yeah.
So even if you take in one class, I'm going to tell you, you need another class because you're not going to learn everything in one class.
Right.
You can't take this many notes. You
Yeah.
have to be able to repeat and practice. And practice doesn't make perfect, but it makes presence.
Yes. And, one of the things that you also said that I thought was very important, now, like you said, it's a season for hosting people that you care about, loved ones even, right, over the Christmas holiday. And one of the things you said is like through your chic situations, you can showcase how much you care about that person, the thoughtfulness, even like the table placings, something as simple as putting a name card so that everybody knows where they're going to sit and just like the little gestures that you can incorporate to make it chic. So like talk about that. Like how do you incorporate that level of thoughtfulness in placements?
So I love a good theme. I love a good theme, and I love to think about what is this night going to be all about, or what is this day going to be about? How do you want people to feel before they even get there? And I've hosted gatherings. I've been to enough gatherings to get a good, keen sense of how do you want your guests to feel. So first of all, yes, the place card settings, if it's an intimate group, the decor on the table, the actual lighting. You want to think about, do we want it to be moody? Do we want it to be bright and airy? The floral centerpieces on the table. And then everyone loves a little gift. So whenever I do something, I make sure someone or everyone leaves with something.
Yeah.
At the Neiman Marcus event, everyone got beautiful gift bags filled with cosmetic bags and samples and little things to remind them that they are chic.
Yeah.
And if you're hosting something at your home, you can do personalized touches such as not only putting their name on the place card, but putting their name on a nice ribbon on a glass.
Oh, wow.
Or giving them a nice little gift at each table or each seating to make them feel special, or a little bag of something to take away when they leave.
Yeah. And like what is it, what is that feeling you have when everyone, like the dinner party is over and everybody's just exuberant with, gratefulness of the thought that you've provided and the care that you put in each of the placements or just to host the event? Like, what does that do for you and your guests?
For me, it makes me feel full. Your cup overflows just when you know that you've given other people space to celebrate themselves.
Yeah.
Because it's not about me. It's about you. It's about them. It's about the people who are there to give them space to enjoy that moment, because how often do we get to do that?
Yeah.
I'm a busy mom. I work full time as well. I'm a busy wife. I'm a part of different things. And that just moment to just be calm and just enjoy and have fun and laugh, we don't get that too often.
We don't. And we don't create enough opportunities to feel like we're in chic situations, right? Like we're just so like bogged down in the daily routine of going to work. Even something like, one of the things I love to do, like when, in my space of podcasting, I love being able to dress up and go and podcast, because you just want to feel special.
Right.
You want to feel worthy. And the world oftentimes don't create those spaces for you. So how wonderful it is when you get invited to an event and you know that, oh my God, Tiffany's event, I know it's gonna be picturesque worthy, and I'm gonna feel leaving, this sense of like beauty.
Yes,
right? When you
yes.
just leave knowing that you created a space where I didn't have to go and spend. It's not about money, right? It's about the good feels of being in good company in a beautiful space.
Yeah.
So I love that. Also, you put on these events for young girls. Like, how can you tell us, how you see their confidence grow at the end of your sessions?
Yeah, so I've done group organizations for girls tween age, and that's a very crucial age because
Yeah.
they're thinking about how they are, they're uncertain about their confidence. One of the things that I do is I have them introduce themselves to each other. Eye contact, posture, poise, reminding them that you are someone.
Yeah.
When you say your name, believe who you are, and then you give that other person something interesting about yourself. Like, what do you love to do? What's your favorite thing to do after school? What's your sport or your hobby or something interesting about your family? Because we have to get back to those spaces of talking more. And social media and the phones and technology has taken our youth away from that engagement
Yes.
and just natural connection.
Yes.
And the more they do it, the more they feel comfortable with each other. I'm sure they're doing it at school, but in other spaces, you could see the awkwardness. You could
Yes.
see that I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if should I look like her, or the comparison that they probably have in their own mind.
Yeah.
But young girls should just realize they're enough. I am who I am. I'm special. I'm smart. I am beautiful. But at the same time, also remember that you can do better.
Yeah.
We have to keep reminding ourselves that we can do better as long as we put a little effort into the things that we do. You can be smarter by studying more. You can be even more beautiful by carrying yourself a certain way and being respectful.
Yeah.
And being kind and courteous to other people.
Yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit in carrying yourself a certain way. Because, fashion has evolved, especially for young ladies, in a space where it sort of leaves little to the imagination, right? And we call it self-expression, right? So, like, how do you bridge that gap, or what do you say to a young lady who identifies self-expression with being able to showcase whatever, or leave little to the imagination with what you would consider to be chic in terms of a style, and to maintain the etiquette, and to have that, to leave that good first impression?
I would ask them, how do you want to be respected? There is something that my grandmother taught me, and maybe some people have heard it before, but if you're going to show your legs, you cover your top. If you're going to show your arms or anything at the top, you cover the bottom.
Yeah.
So
balance.
The balance of it all.
Yes.
And then find what works for you and
Yeah.
your body type.
Right.
We don't always have to follow the trends.
Yes.
That's the important part. Being chic is having chic style, and that starts with the basics and the foundations. I wrote it in the book. Every woman or young girl should have these particular things,
Yeah.
right? A good pair of jeans, a white button-up blouse, a nice coat, sunglasses, those things that just create the foundation. And then you start having fun with those pieces
Yes.
and adding your accessories and your flair
Yes.
of things. Being expressive does not mean showcasing or oversharing.
Yeah.
And that is included in what we wear and how we behave, how we act. We don't need to be overly expressive to be stylish or chic. It's actually the opposite. It's how you've actually shown how comfortable you are in yourself, in that simplicity or elegance with the little touch to it.
Right.
That makes you stand out.
Right. And and classy, the classics. That's why they're called classics, right?
Right.
They never go out of style. No matter what the trend is, those, like you said, those basic pieces that you have in your closet that you can kind of, you be your go-to, those never go out of style. No
Right.
matter what time, what age, what era. You look back at those photos, it's always going to be a classic piece.
Yeah.
So I definitely, agree with that.
And then I have a little tip for young people too, and for women. Once you found out what your rhythm is, it's effortless, right?
What do you mean, your rhythm?
The rhythm of knowing what I need to do to maintain myself every day to look a certain way.
Like a basic
Your basic
canvas.
rhythm. What is your routine? What is your itinerary? You get up, You wash your face, you have your hygiene products, you do your makeup. I have a 5-minute makeup rule where your natural everyday makeup, we should do something, but it shouldn't really take you longer than 5 minutes
Yeah.
to do your everyday face.
Yeah.
And then your style. Once you've identified your certain type of style, you've gone through your closet. Your closet is organized. There's levels to the chic.
Yes. Yes.
There's levels. There's from your personal and then your home, which brings out the ease and effortless of every day and showing up.
Yeah, the functionality of it all.
What's your rhythm? Once you've identified that, then you can go about your day, and then everything else in your day, your performance shows out to be chic.
Yeah. For someone who's struggling to find their style, what advice would you have for them?
I would say we have to be honest with ourselves, and we have to look at ourselves. We have to look at our body type. What is good for your body type? And I'm not a style professional, but I've known what works for me, and that is looking at my body frame. What is my actual size? A lot of different brands have different sizes. What fits your body? What looks good? But ultimately, it's what looks good to you.
Yeah, and feels good.
And feels good, because when we look good,
you feel good.
we feel good.
Yeah.
And I also recommend getting a style advisor.
Yeah.
Because that person can really help you identify the type of clothes that you need to be buying and keeping and rotating in and out of your closet.
And nowadays, that style advisor is AI.
It's AI.
Right?
Or Pinterest.
Pinterest.
We love
right?
a good Pinterest.
I love a good Pinterest.
Yes. And I've worked with style brand managers and directors and costume designers and stylists before. And ultimately, it's what looks good on your body, but you have to be able to feel good. So the outfit doesn't make you make the outfit.
Yeah. Yeah. And people underestimate, just like that, what you said, when you look good, when I'm going to work and I put it on, who can talk to me? Who's going to shake my confidence? How much more confident am I going to be in talking to that client, and feeling like I know exactly what I'm saying, right? So there's such a direct correlation with how you look, how you feel, how you portray yourself. And people really do underestimate that.
Yes, and some people do struggle.
Yeah.
And I think it's a matter of just using the right resources. Like, for example, I've worked with Neiman Marcus. They have a style advisor corner. All these malls and stores have someone that you could talk to help you with style. But ultimately, it takes practice.
And a level of vulnerability too, right?
Yes, you have to be vulnerable. You have to try new things.
Yeah.
One of the chapters I write about is trying new things, trying new places, exploring. That's the chic situation, is let me go and try something new.
Yeah.
Let me try a new outfit. Let me try a new color lipstick.
Yeah.
Or let me stick to red because that's what I know looks good on me.
And I get the most compliments in this, and it makes me feel great and confident.
You find your rhythm.
Yeah.
And that's what's chic about each of us, is when you find your own rhythm, you feel good about yourself. You are able to be your best self.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned something that when you moved from California and now you had a home of your own and you now lived with your husband, you felt this desire to have to learn all the things that you want your house to be a chic situation as well. Was there any sort of pressure from the part of your husband to have that, or is just an innate obligation or pressure you felt within yourself?
There was no pressure.
Yeah.
I think I was pressuring myself because I'm a Virgo and I'm very like straight 1, 2, 3. But I felt the best not only when I looked the best, but was in good spaces.
Yeah.
So I talk about yoga, meditation, creating aesthetics around you in your home, from plants to flowers, setting the table, all of those things, having clean areas, like your front door when you walk in should not be of clutter, your closet, rotating that during the season. Everything starts with how you live. So I was able, I thank God for giving me the chance to come to another state, to be with my husband, to create the life that I've always dreamt of for myself. Because as a little girl, you play with Barbies and you play with these things, and you're like, oh, I want this, I want that. You have dreams and you don't know if they're ever going to come true.
Yes, yes.
And it wasn't until I moved here to where I realized that I actually can make them come true.
Right.
I can do those things and decorate and buy the couches that I want and decorate the table that I want and host things the way that I want to do them. And my husband, thank God, is the one like, you go for it.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, I'm
Right.
fine. He's happy.
Yeah, I love that feeling. Like every spring, I feel like I want to do something different in my
Yes,
house.
yes.
Just to create like you want your home especially, right? To be that to give you that feeling of, like you said, just like the entryway. When you walk into your home, it makes such a big difference if you love what you see when you get there, right? You don't necessarily feel the need to have to go out to be in an outside public space to feel chic. You can create those chic little nooks in your house that make you feel especially wonderful and you want to be there, whether it be like like you said, the introduction of plants. Plants in and of itself, has such an amazing way of transforming a space. So being able to like showcase your personality, like you said, find your style. Find your style first in your home, and then that will also translate into everything else that you do, and even the way how you present yourself or appear out in the world.
Right, right. So there are 4 chapters or 4 parts in Chic Situations. It's creating chic, living chic, sharing chic, and then embracing chic. So first you have to identify and understand how you were created. Where are you from? What makes you?
Yeah.
That's the creating chic part. And then there's the living it. I need to be able to live it first before I can share it with you.
Yeah.
You have to be it to share it.
Yeah.
So how am I living in my home? How am I living in myself when no one's watching? That same thing with etiquette. How am I eating dinner at the dinner table when no one's watching?
Yeah.
Practice makes it
Perfect.
perfect. And not really, but your presence.
Yeah.
So practice makes your presence outside of your home. So once you're living it inside, working out, eating healthy, eating well, having that rhythm and balance in yourself.
Yeah.
Then you can really start to feel comfortable to share it.
Yes.
Then I can share all of the good things because I'm living it.
I knew there was a reason why I loved you, Tiffany. Because, what you said there is so powerful, and essentially what I'm trying to communicate through this platform is first finding that being reflective, right, of who you are, get to know who you are, and being authentic in that, and finding that sense of alignment first. And then once you have that, then you're able to share what you have with others, and that's finding the purpose.
Right.
So you're able to do that in all of the 4 stages that you just mentioned. Now you're in a space to share something that is so innate to who you are because you've lived it.
And we
you've
can
created,
do it. Yeah, we can do it as long as you create the space that you want for yourself. What's very important to me are my mornings, what I do in the morning to start my day, how I end my day at night. Your morning routine, your night routine. And like you said before, the agreement that you have with yourself. So another one of my favorite books, The 4 Agreements. And once you've identified and agree with yourself on this is how I'm going to live my life, and you actually do it, it is possible to do.
Yeah. What advice do you have for anyone? And I want to just say young girls, because etiquette is not, when we think etiquette, we think it's sort of like a gender thing. It's not a gender thing. How are you incorporating young men in this space as well?
So young men are a part of the teens. Whenever I do a teen group etiquette lesson, they are part of it. It is about respect. It's everything for everyone is about respect, kindness, and self-presentation.
Yeah.
So we just have to remember to just slow down because the world moves so fast, to remember each other.
Yeah.
Especially now, during the holidays, going into this new year, 2026, slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down on yourself and slow down on other people so that we can be more mindful in our actions and our demeanors and how we care for other people, because That's where the little things come in.
Yeah.
That's where I actually have the time to make something chic or nice and
Yes.
share it with you because I've slowed down and put enough thought into it. And other people too, driving, shopping, whatever it is, yourself and your family and friends, just slow down and be more aware of the situation.
Wow. Thank you, Tiffany, for showing us how to be chic and to create those chic situations, not only in our lives, but being able to share those chic situations with the people that we love the most. So, Tiffany, how do we get a hold of Chic Situations, the book, and you in general?
Thank you, Kareen, for this wonderful opportunity. We had so much fun. You can find Chic Situations on Amazon.com or by visiting my website, www.chicsituations.com, for inquiries on etiquette lessons, group lessons, private lessons, speaking engagements, on Instagram at chic.situations and Facebook Chic Situations.
Thank you so much, and join us next time on The Korean Connection. Let's connect. Thank you guys for connecting with me today. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to my channel, The Korean Connection. To connect with me, you can email me at thekoreanconnection@gmail.com. And don't forget that sometimes your passion whispers before it roars. And if you're listening closely, the next episode might be where it gets louder. Let's connect. Push it to the limit,